Hello!
Hi there, welcome to video number 2, where Sandra and I are sharing some of our personal stories with you in terms of some of the topics that we covered on the webinar that we're going to go into more detail on our training day with you.
Absolutely.
So today it's me, isn't it?
Pam's
It's gonna
story.
be my story.
So I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Okay.
Exciting.
And you'll be popping back in a minute, won't you?
I'll pop back in a minute.
So one of the topics that we're going to be covering on the training day is the comfort gap. And research shows that most of us, I think it's about 75% of us, actually prefer to be comfortable than uncomfortable. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? But if we're too comfortable, it means that we might not actually take any action on goals that we want or things that we want. And so sometimes we have to become aware of what the comfort gap is so that we can then choose to challenge it if we want to. So I want to share with you one of my older stories from a while ago, quite a long time ago. I won't say how long ago, but it's quite a while ago, which was me stepping out of the comfort zone and bridging the comfort gap so that I could move forward to do the most amazing work that I do now and to have the opportunities career-wise that I have now. So historically, I was somebody who lived in the comfort zone. I would set myself easy little targets and goals, and I would take action on them, but they weren't really goals. They were things that I knew I could do. And I was pretty dissatisfied with living in this sort of safety and security zone, but I did it because it felt safe. And when I did my training as a coach, one of the things that I wrote on my wheel of life was that I wanted to be a trainer in the future. I wanted to train people either in coaching and or something to do with personal development. But I didn't really believe I'd do anything about it. It was just, one of those goals that you write down and that you hope might happen. And so when an advert appeared a couple of years later, looking for trainers, I was really excited. I was like, I really wanted to do that. It was on my wheel of life. This is my opportunity to actually go forward for it. And so I read more about the interview process. And then, of course, that little voice kicked in that went, whoa, this is a bit too scary. I know you said you wanted to do it, but it's a bit out of your league. It's a bit more than you would normally do. So I wasn't sure if I would follow it through or not because I was happy being comfortable. Actually, I was unhappy being comfortable, but I thought I was happy. So anyway, I carried on reading about the interview process and I was delighted to see that the day the interviews were going to take place, I couldn't attend. That was a lucky escape. And the reason I couldn't attend is that I was on holiday with my husband and 2 of my friends, and we were going to France. So I'd already had some communication with the company, and I started to write them an email saying, I so wanted to come along. I'm really sad that I can't. Please let me know if any other opportunities come up in the future. And I was just about to hit send when that little voice, that positive little voice kicked in and went, really? Do you want to miss this opportunity? Wouldn't it be worth at least going and trying and seeing? I mean, you get it, you don't get it, it doesn't matter. It's just about having tried something different. Stepping out of that comfort gap, that comfort zone. And so I decided to write a different email instead. And the email I wrote was, even though I'm going to be in France, what I'll do is I'll fly back a day early and I'd be delighted to actually come along and to have a go at being selected as one of your trainers. So anyway, I shared this with my husband. He was very happy for me to do that. I decided I'd fly back on my own. I didn't want to disturb anyone else's holiday, but they all agreed that they wanted to come back with me and support me, which was absolutely wonderful of them. But I truly didn't want them to do that, but they all agreed that's what we'd do. So we all flew home a day early, and I then got in the car and drove to Portsmouth, where I went to attend the interview the next day. And cut a long story short, to my amazement, I was selected and I was accepted as one of the trainers. I was both exhilarated and I was also incredibly frightened as well. At the same time, I couldn't believe I'd done something out of the ordinary like that. And it was one of the best things I've ever done in my life because I went on to train with to train lots of coaches and also to become a trainer in personal development for lots of different companies over the years. And what it taught me was, it's sometimes worth identifying what your fear is, what the gap is, and then doing something about it so that you can use it in all areas of your future life, not just career or weight loss or well-being. So I hope that story's of some use, some interest to you. And I'll bring Sandra back in now, listening there patiently to me.
A great story, yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, because it's so great, isn't it, to be able to help move people through that comfort gap.
Yeah,
So from the fear through to actually achievement.
absolutely.
And that's what we really want to be doing.
And that's what we're going to start people doing, looking at their stories, moving through the
Absolutely.
comfort gap and coming up with something more powerful for them. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being with us.
Thank you for watching. And
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, and see you soon.
See you very soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.